Well, that's a little bit too low. Well, at least you get to see my new jumper. Huh? So, today, I haven't said hi yet. Hey guys, it's Jamie. And today, I'm going to be talking about a few things that would have been really handy to learn in school. Really quite useful, actually. I was definitely not a hater of school. I quite enjoyed it for the most part that I was there. And you really do pick up some handy stuff like, you know, grammar and spelling and mental arithmetic. They have come in handy throughout my adult life. But when am I ever gonna need to know something like the temperature of the Earth's core? I have no idea why I said that, because I have no idea what the answer is. It was just the first thing that came to mind. I wonder what it is. Temperature of the Earth's core. 10,800 degrees Fahrenheit, apparently. That'll give you a tan. And things like Pythagoras' theorem, and when do I ever want to know how to calculate an angle? I've literally not even thought about how to calculate an angle until this very moment. You know, like whipping out your little plastic protractor and putting it on the paper and working out if it's an acute or obtuse angle. Oh, I remembered that. See, my brain is filled with useless stuff. I mean, general knowledge is great. I don't think I would do too badly in a pub quiz. Actually, I think I probably would. But since becoming an independent adult, wait, let me rephrase that. Since giving the world the illusion that I have become an independent adult, I've realised that there are quite a few things in life, just basic knowledge on stuff, life skills that would have been really great to even just cover briefly in school, because I feel a little bit like a fish out of water with most of the adulty things that I need to do now. I'm just gonna go over a few of the top things that I have found confusing, lost with, have no idea where to start with, that I would have loved to have been taught about. So for starters, taxes. Taxes are probably the most baffling, annoying thing I've come across in my adult life. How much is taken? What if they do it wrong? How do I claim stuff back? What if I'm self-employed? How much do I have to be earning before I pay tax? How would I do my own taxes? In what kind of scenario in life would I need to do my own taxes? Help. There's so many different types of taxes. There's like the tax that gets taken off your salary, and then there's national insurance, and then there's council tax, and then there's road tax and breathing tax, and just so many. It just would have been nice. It would have been nice to learn about the different types of taxes. Anyway, moving on from taxes before I just sound like a blubbering person. Secondly, DIY. DIY is not something that comes naturally to me, unfortunately. It's not something I have a massive interest in, and to be honest, it's something that kind of terrifies me. I would have loved to learn how to put up a shelf straight, how to drill into a wall without hitting a vital cable or pipe, and I really think that would have come in a lot more handy than learning how to make a wooden pencil case. Because that's about all I learned how to do in school in terms of design and doing stuff yourself. Thirdly, bills. Bills. Oh, bills. Sorry if you're called Bill. I have nothing against people called Bill. I'm not discriminating against bills, the people. Bills, the little demonic bits of paper that come through the door demanding money for stuff that you didn't realise you'd have to pay for in the first place. As a kid, I used to play this game called Payday. Fantastic game. You essentially went through a month and like you would land on different squares. You could play like the lottery, or you would like win money, or you'd buy a new pet, or you'd go like grocery shopping. One square you could land on was the post, and pretty much every time you'd land on the post you would get bills. And just like how in the game Payday they were the worst bit about it, in life they are one of the worst things. They're all those annoying things that you have to pay for and you need to pay for, and they're the types of things that you just see money pouring out of your bank account for, and it doesn't feel like you get anything in return. Like electricity, that just feels like some magical thing in the air that you pay for. Same with gas and water. Food, I mean, you get a reward with food. Delicious, but expensive. I didn't realise food costs so much. And then insurance. Insurance is like a confusing, expensive, required safety net. pet insurance, contents insurance, buildings insurance, car insurance, life insurance. Anyway, loads of different types of bills. So many different types of bills I didn't realize you'd have to pay for. So many different types of insurance I didn't realize you'd need. So something like that would have been fantastic to learn in school. And that kind of thing leads on to my next point, which is budgeting and money management. Are budgeting and money management just the same thing? I'm just trying to sound clever by using two terms. Budgeting is not something I am terrible at, but it isn't something that comes completely naturally either. I spend a little bit too much on stuff that I don't really need. And when you don't know exactly every little thing, bills, insurance, taxes, that you need to pay for, sometimes budgeting can get a little bit confusing and you get these hidden costs. And just something like how to budget your money would have been really handy. And then just covering all the different types of things that you need to pay for as an adult, or potentially pay for, because not everybody has to pay for everything. Like if you don't have a pet, why would you need pet insurance? But anyway, budgeting, just general information, yes. And I know some of you are probably going to be watching this and being like, Google your parents. Not Google your parents, but Google or ask your parents. And yeah, that's great, but it's like, if you don't know what you need to know, you don't know what you need to look up. Finally, and this one is a very recent realization for me, because Shabra and I have just moved into our home together that we bought. And so the final thing is buying a house. It's probably the single most complicated and stressful thing I've ever experienced. Moving the stuff, like actually moving in, was not that bad. It was annoying, and we are still kind of living out of boxes 4 weeks later, but let's not talk about that. But that wasn't the stressful bit. The stressful bit was all these processes and things that had to be lined up and go in order and be done in order to actually buy the house. It's not just like oh, we'll give you this much, yay, we'll take that much, okay, here it is, sign a form, we have a house. It's not like that at all. There's mortgage things to sort out, there's estate agents to talk to, there's solicitors and a million forms and insurance things to do, and oh my god, it's just endless. Surprise costs. As if buying a house was not expensive enough. Weird costs just come up along the way and you're like, what am I paying for now? It's just a very confusing and very expensive thing to do. The final result is great. Like, I had a little moment of realization today. I was making myself cheese on bagel, like cheese on toast, but on a bagel instead of bread. And I popped upstairs to get my phone. And you know, when I was about halfway up the second flight of stairs, it hit me and I was like, holy shit, we own a house. An actual house with real stairs and an oven. Not a very good oven, but an oven. And oh my god, when did this happen? And it was a really like happy moment. Life has been so busy, I haven't had a chance to even appreciate properly the fact that we bought a house and we are living in our own house. And for all of you going, where's the house tour? It's coming soon. We just haven't had time to make the house look nice yet, and I want to do a pretty house tour, so be patient, I promise I will do one. But yeah, getting here was one of the most stressful things I've ever done. Yeah, just some adulting things. I'm getting there, I am learning, I'm not moaning at all, but it would have been really nice for school to cover slightly some of these things. Let me know if there's anything that you would have loved to learn in school, and if you have any tips on being an adult, I need them. And also, I left school like 7 years ago now. Has school changed at all? Do they teach these kind of things now? I want to know, because maybe they do. Maybe schools have gotten a lot more kind of like life skill inclusive. If you hear a jangle, it's my slippers. Look. Thank you so much for sticking with this video. Thank you for watching, and thank you for continuing to watch my videos. As always guys, much love, and I will see you next time. Bye! I did that in the wrong order. I said my bye bit in the wrong order. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Much love. Bye!